Okay, we're about to get started with the gardening season. So here is an update of what I am starting with, or how my garden is at the beginning of the season. I'm a bit behind. Usually I start planting seeds indoors around February, but I'm taking it a little bit easy this year. So let's just see what we've got so far. So if you remember last year, I had a bunch of berries and stuff in here. So this is April. Again, this is mid-April. And we've had very unseasonably warm weather. So our berry bushes are, as you can see, putting off all new growth. So let's go one by one, show all the greenness. Now here, last year I had planted some chives, but I guess I started them pretty late, so they didn't get big enough to flower and drop seeds and whatnot, so they didn't come back up again. So this morning I threw in some chive seeds, and we're gonna start this season off early and strong. So then once they're well established, they'll come up every year. Okay, so this is one of the blueberry bushes. So you can see all this growth here as well. And here I had some rhubarb, but I think it got, what's it called? Those spotted lantern flies. I saw them around the rhubarb and it kind of rotted and it did not survive. So I'm gonna have to replant rhubarb in here and see how it goes. Look at the oregano I planted last year. Like, it was just a little bit, and I didn't think it was going to come back up or survive the winter, but it did. And we had a pretty mild winter, so I think that probably helped. And then here's elderberry. So everything except where the rhubarb was has some growth. Okay, now at our big raised beds, I have weeds are like popping up around here. There is an onion that got missed last year or something, so it's just growing there. I'm leaving it alone. And over here, I keep finding, as I dig around in the yard, I keep digging up peanuts. So I dug up one of the peanuts and I planted it here just to see what happens and if I end up growing peanuts, which would be cool. Over here is where the lemongrass was, and when winter started I hacked it down to that mess, and I'm not sure if that was correct or not. I don't know. So we'll see if that grows again or what it does. If not, I'll just dig up the whole clump. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, obviously. Now, this is very surprising indeed. This is the strawberry bed. And there are already flowers, as you can see, all over the place. So, like, this is nuts. So early. And as you can see, I didn't have this many strawberry plants. They all just started sending out runners and planting new plants. Like, look, you can still see here that this, they're still attached with these dried up runners. They can be cut off or whatever. I just leave them alone. But yeah, so the strawberry plants certainly multiplied, and they are going to take over this whole bed. We're going to have loads. Over here, nothing going on. I threw some of when I was cleaning up the garden at the end of the season, I was just kind of throwing things on top of this bed to kind of give it some kind of cover. And over here, I actually planted some wildflowers and kind of like a spring flower mix, because I figured I wanted one of these beds to be for yeah, flowers and pollinators and just colors. And to, have some fresh cut flowers that I can bring indoors to my home. So it's been 2 weeks since I threw some seeds in here, and you can see they are popping up everywhere. So I was kind of worried because we've had a really dry week, very high temperatures, abnormally high. So I thought if there were some fresh little seedlings that were popping up or sprouts, that they would get dried up and die, but I'm sure some of them did. But we're gonna have some good rain today, so at least I have something. Okay, nothing going on, bunch of weeds. I have to clear this up. This is where I had like cabbages and peas and beans. Okay, over here, same thing, just a bunch of weeds that I need to pull up and dig out before I start planting. And the same over here. We're gonna clear all of this out. And there is a couple onions, look, that were missed and are popping up. There's another one over there and another one over there. Boop. So I'll leave them alone and let them do their thing. There's some free onions.